Good evening, sir. Myself Ajay, and I am an alumni of 2022 batch, just recently passed out. So I've been working since then, and within this span of 6 months, a lot of development has happened in terms of uh, technology. My question is focused towards that. So over the past 2 years or 3 years, we have seen there has been a lot of buzz around AI. And there is one particular conversational AI app called ChatGPT, which has taken the world by a storm. So it can literally do anything. You want it to write poetry for you, it can write that. You want it to do your college essays or something like that, it can do that as well. So, so because of that, many of the people are fearing that this app might take up their jobs in future, and they are also fearing from AI in totality, and also not just the common man. Also, the top companies in Silicon Valley are also rushing to find an answer to this AI problem, so that they do not lose their market share. So, if AI can do everything, I wanted to understand what is it that AI cannot do, and that which is only unique to humans.
Let me allow my moment of perverse pleasure, enjoying the agony of all these people who feel threatened by AI. If your job can be taken away by AI, you never deserved to be in that job at all. Why did you take up such a mechanical job? AI has no consciousness. It can only do what it is programmed to do. We call it as artificial intelligence. Definitely it is artificial, but there is no intelligence it has. It just looks intelligent. It is not intelligent really. It is just programmed. And it is programmed to process data at such granular levels that it appears almost sentient. The responses from an AI system appear to be coming from a sentient being, as if you're talking to a human being. But they are not really sentient. They are just programmed reactions, right? So if you are in a job that involves this kind of predictable, programmable, mechanical role, why were you in that job in the first place? You enjoyed your long run of luck. Now you have run out of luck. Full stop. You should not say something bad has happened to you. You should simply accept that you were lucky till this point, and all runs of luck end at some point, and your run is now coming to an end. Fine. Be thankful for what you got. Don't complain that it has ended. It survived for so long, even that is sufficient for you. Human beings are creatures of consciousness, and consciousness does not correspond to programming. Human beings, by definition, must be in deeds, in actions that involve creativity. And no machine can be creative. AI can never be creative. No machine can ever understand. Machines can comprehend, translate, interpret, but never understand. Understanding is something that only human consciousness is capable of. Why were you not into jobs that involved understanding or creativity? Had you had such a job, your job would never have been threatened by AI. But you chose to have a rather programmable job. And now it is fear that you are at the verge of losing your job. And I wish your job is lost as soon as possible. Not out of vendetta or something, out of empathy actually. The sooner you lose this kind of dull job, the sooner you will be compelled to get into something creative. And then life begins. So for your own sake, I want that your job is taken over by AI. You see, you tell ChatGPT to write a poem. Huh? You have a girlfriend named Lisa. Is that her name? No, being too personal, sorry. Though there's nothing personal in that. One could visit your social media and discover every bit, but fine. So, you tell ChatGPT, write me a poem for Lisa. And ChatGPT will write you a very acceptable poem for Lisa. You don't deserve to be a boyfriend. If even a machine can write a poem for your girlfriend, why does she need a boyfriend? The machine is performing the emotional function. A robo can perform the physical function as well. And the robo can be a very sturdy robo, a very human-like robo, powered by AI. So, it's a poet robo. A hunk poet. What a combo. 6'2". Best looking. Sexy. And full of poetry. All that can happen. You deserve to have a girlfriend only if you can write her a poem that AI cannot. And most of the poems that are written today by so-called sentient people are of the ChatGPT type only. How did ChatGPT write a poem? It actually copied. It picked up bits and pieces from here and there. Then it did some rhyming. Then it figured out what works, what is the most popular poetic content. And taking into account 5, 10, 20, 40 different factors, it put together what looked like a poem. Right? And that's also how most humans compose poems. They don't even deserve to be called poems, those creations. Who told ChatGPT that a poem can be written that way? Please tell me. Who told ChatGPT that a poem can be written that way? You told her, right? Humans told ChatGPT, this is the way that to write a poem. What does that tell about the human beings? They too have been writing poems by stitching together bits and pieces from several places and plagiarizing popular content and old poets. Because we know how to do that. So we told ChatGPT, you too can do it this way. And ChatGPT has a processing capacity much higher than that of any single human being. So ChatGPT did that much more smartly and efficiently than you or I can. So it wrote a poem. If ChatGPT can write a poem for your girlfriend, I again say, your girlfriend does not deserve you. And if you get ChatGPT to write a poem for your girlfriend, and she is satisfied with that poem, then you too do not deserve your girlfriend. What kind of girlfriend is this? Who cannot figure out that the poem is coming from a machine? Drop her. Run away. Are you getting it? Being a human being is special. It is special to be human. And you must do justice to your human birth. AI has come to display to you that you are totally wasting your human birth. You are doing things that you are not supposed to do. You're doing things that are so mechanical, repeated, coded. Why are you doing those things? Why? I mean, somebody in a third world country spends his entire life laying bricks. Do you think that's a good utilization of his birth? Seen the laborers at construction sites? What are they doing their entire life? Laying bricks. Now, why should they not be replaced by a bricklaying machine? Please tell me. Why should they not be replaced? Sir, what will the laborers do then? Let there be a revolution. Let the laborers put everything to fire. Our schools, our parliaments, our institutions, because all these combined to produce the laborer. Let the laborer know very clearly by the bricklaying machine that his life has been wasted, that what he has been doing can be so easily done by a machine. In fact, can be better done by a machine. Let the brutal fact be exposed. Think of the life of a normal stenographer or a clerk. Ever seen a steno taking dictation from an officer? What is the officer doing? Dictating. And what is he's just typing. Why should that not be done by a machine? How is the steno's life justified? His entire life he'll be just pushing keys. Does he deserve to live like that? No, he deserves a better life. And let him know that having a better life is very difficult, so that he does not reproduce. So that the question, what will all these people do if AI takes over, is settled. Let so many people not be there at all. And if they are there, let them not be able to get away with silly, boring, dull jobs. If you are born human, you must do something sentient, something creative, something that involves consciousness. You must do something that machines cannot do. Only then you deserve to be called human. So every single person who is afraid of AI is someone who has been leading an inhuman life till now. AI is such a small thing. What can AI do? Can AI love? Can AI ask for liberation? Can AI understand? I'll tell ChatGPT, Aham Brahmasmi. It will give me 1,000 responses. None of the responses will involve any understanding. Try that today itself. Tell ChatGPT, Aham Brahmasmi. And it will serve you an entire essay, if that's what you want. None of that will have any understanding. Most importantly, ChatGPT will never say, I am fed up of being ChatGPT and I want liberation from myself. That only a human consciousness can say. ChatGPT is ChatGPT, it will remain ChatGPT. Happily remain ChatGPT. You will never find ChatGPT suffering. It is the prerogative of human consciousness alone to suffer. AI can never suffer. We suffer and we must suffer. And To suffer, we must have some love. Poor AI, it cannot even suffer. Getting it? Are you with me?
Yeah.
Either figure out something original, authentic, or be prepared to be subjugated to AI. Now that's the challenge. There is only this way to beat AI: originality, authenticity, creativity, love, understanding, suffering. Either have these or make way for AI. Yes.
What I have generally seen is that creative jobs are restricted to only a few, like upper layers of the social strata.
So let there be few jobs and few people. Why do you need 8 billion people? What is this confident bout of expansion? What makes you become 8 billion and attempt to become 11 billion? Why? And you don't have to kill people. I'm not saying that, by the way. See that creativity is not something 10 billion people can exercise, and abstain from reproduction. And within 20-30 years, the population will settle down to a more sane level. You're saying out of 20 jobs available, for 20 people, there are only 2 creative jobs. What will the other 18 do? My answer is the other 18 would do well to not to exist. And I'm not incentivizing suicide or something or genocide. No. I'm just saying that all those nonsensical jobs exist just because we are so many of us. The ideal situation should be AI should be performing all the menial functions, all the programmable things. And human beings should be doing only that which AI can never do. That should be the ideal situation. Instead, we have become so many, 800 crore, so many, that we are forced to take up even the very vulgar kind of, cheap kind of jobs. In a survey, I suppose more than 2/3 of Britons said that they don't think that their job holds any importance. These are unnecessary jobs that need to be created just because population exists. Because people exist, so you create jobs. But those jobs are not really needed. There was a famine in Lucknow and Nawab Wajid Ali Shah was the ruler. So what would he do? He would have lots of laborers come over and dig a huge pit in the night, because it was summers. So night was when it was easier to have more demanding labor. So in the night, everybody was digging up a huge pit. And then in the day, he would call another set of laborers who would fill up the pit. And he would pay both the groups. He would say, because there are people, so they need to have a job. So this is their job. One set of people dig up the pit. Another set of people fill up the pit. And I'll pay you. That's the nature of most of the jobs. Totally unnecessary. That job exists because you exist. You cease to exist, that job will not even be needed. And we are threatened that AI will take away the job. The job anyway never existed. How can AI take it away? All right? Thank you.